Hey, good morning. It's Huntington's disease Todd. Today I'm going to talk about how soon can you call hospice with Huntington's disease. I've been hearing a lot of people talk about this online, about how they struggle at the end of the time with this disease, how difficult it is to manage. And I found out some stuff about about hospice that I never knew. I'm going to share those points today. Look, today's video is going to be very good. I took the opportunity to make the notes. They're handwritten by my wife, so you'll be able to read them. I'm going to show the notes at the end of the video. But first, I'm going to say a few things. These are things that did you know about. You could possibly get help as far as 18 months in advance. You don't have to wait until the last stages, and they will help you manage all of your home health care. Those are three things that are giant benefits to having them come in. If you're at home, you're trying to manage your loved one all by yourself, or you're doing it with your family members. Also, they can help manage drugs and medications, and they might come up with some solutions to help calm people down. So today's video is going to be a great video, and what I want you to do is I want you to subscribe to my channel, and then I always forget to do that, and I want you to share this video. This video today is going to be very important. I took a lot of effort to put this together, so please watch it till the end and I'll show you the notes that my wife has handwritten for me. I can't write very good anymore, part of the Huntington's disease thing. So, how soon can you call hospice to come to your home? Again, I hear a lot of people say they wait, they're trying to take care of everything, they end up having to put their loved one into nursing care, nursing home. This may help you avoid having to put your loved one in care as quickly. This may give you the opportunity to keep them at home longer. So my mom, when she started going downhill, she was still at home, she was still in her recliner, she was still capable of even walking to the bathroom. But we called 18 months at that time. We didn't know it was going to be 18 months, but we called and just had them come do a home evaluation. We had hospice come to the house, do a home evaluation, and that's what I suggest everyone do. If your loved one's getting to that stage where they're too hard to manage, but you also don't want to put them in a nursing home, you need to call hospice. It doesn't cost anything to have them come out. They'll evaluate whether you qualify. Another thing I found out is that they have kind of a 6-month process, 6 months of time where they will evaluate every 6 months. So if you get in early and then 6 months from now, your loved one is going to be declining most likely. If they're declining, then they will give you another 6 months. And that's just how it works. That's how it is in Florida. I'm not going to say it's like that in every state. And I am talking about hospice care in the United States. So people that watch this, all over the world, I don't know what your systems are. I think most states could have their own rules, but I think they're regulated by the federal government. So my mother got help 18 months in advance. My dad she was still able to even go to the bathroom at that time. During that process, she fell and broke her hip, and they helped us get emergency help. So anyway, they work with other organizations too when they come to see you, so they'll help get people to come in. Like they might have a church group that they want to come and pray with you or sing to them or do things like that. They'll help you with the bathing, all that kind of stuff. It was a giant load off of my dad. So call them and get professional advice early. Get them in the equation early. I don't know, a lot of times people think that you have to wait till the end of time when your loved one's right on their deathbed before you call hospice. I believe that way myself. We found out though that if you call them, they're so nice and they want to be accommodating. They send out professional nurses. The nurses can help you at home. So that is all part of just calling them. You could possibly get help way in advance of what you think. So again, just call and have them evaluate you if you're starting to get so frustrated at home. And I hear people talk about how frustrated they are. So that's why I'm doing this video. This is a very important video today. I really want you to watch it until the end. I'm going to put these points up in front of the camera, and you can, freeze frame them then. So also, you don't have to wait until the last stages. What are or when are the last stages of Huntington's disease? I don't know. You don't know. Hospice is going to be, they're not going to necessarily know, but they could see that the person's at the point where home health care makes sense. Okay, if your loved one can't go out and to the doctor appointments anymore, if you're having trouble, obviously your loved one can't go out and get their own medications. All those things are stuff that hospice will do for you if they come to your home. So when they come and do the home visit, they will determine the state that you're in. They will determine if you're in the declining position enough for them to think that it would be warranted for them to come. When they come, they're going to have nursing staff. They're going to have people that can help do bed changing, and they can help do baths. You still have to take care of your loved one day in and day out. That's not going to change. It'll give you a big relief, though. And then maybe if you get some other assistance from some other organizations or people in your town, it might make it more feasible for you to keep a Huntington's disease person at home. So again, this is Huntington's disease, and I'm talking about with Huntington's disease, we have a unique situation. We don't just age out like other people and get to the end of life and need hospice care. We start aging out 2 years in advance. We start going out in a decline much sooner. And I see some people with all their apparatuses at home and they're, taking care of their loved one. It might be time for you to call now. Call hospice and just see if they'll come help you. If you call them to your home, I don't think they're going to say no, because hospice wants to have customers as well. And not only that, hospice wants to help people, and they are professional, and they're professional nurses and doctors and that sort of thing. I'm excited about this video because this is a video that has some substance to it. That's why I want you to remember to share it. Share it with your family. I'm going to put the notes up at the end of everything that we talked about. And then also subscribe to my channel. I haven't been asking for subscriptions for a while, and I notice that when I do, it helps a little bit with people getting on and subscribing. The reason I want you to be subscribed to the channel is why? So you can get information like this about Huntington's disease. Huntington's disease is a very special thing. I'm living with it, and I can tell you the stories about it and how and what I've dealt with. I know for a fact that in the state of Florida, that's where I'm at, hospice came out well in advance of my mother having her final days. It was 18 months. We might have been able to call them sooner. Again, she was still able to walk. She's able to get in and out of the bathroom. She's able to go sit at the table to eat. That's how early we called hospice. Sometimes, again, you just wait too long. And they will help you manage all of your medications and things like that. So they'll help you with all your home care. So just think even if it's a couple times a week, you get a professional come in, maybe get a visit from some outside volunteer, get baths, help with the baths. How much of a relief would that take off of you? They'll get you equipment, supplies, medications. They help manage the patient care. So if you have someone at home that's unruly, they will help manage that with medications. They will help with if you have someone that's at home, and I heard a story is the reason I wanted to do this video. A woman was crying out in desperation as to not knowing what to do. Their loved one was acting up. They didn't know how to handle it. Well, hospice will help figure that out. They also take care. You won't have to go to doctor visits anymore. You won't have to go get your own medications anymore. They'll mail all that stuff to your house. They help manage the patient care, doctor visits, they give baths, and they'll change the bedding. But this is the big thing. They go back and report to the doctor what's happening at home. The doctor will prescribe different medications. They'll come up with a plan. They're going to all be on a plan with you. It's stuff that you're going to agree to. And they're not rushing the process of hospice at all. Hospice is not just end of life, so don't look at it like that. Look at hospice as a helper to help you with caregiving for the whole last, as much as you can get out of them. It never cost us anything. And all the medications started getting sent to the home. The bedding stuff for, the dry pads you put on the bed, the pins, thickener, all that stuff was sent to the house. And they had the professional nurse come. I think she might have come at least once a week. It may have been a little bit less than that. And you also have the opportunity to have them as an emergency contact. So what happened with us during the time that we had the hospice, my mother fell and actually broke her hip. Me and my dad were right there with her. She slipped on the slippers that she had and she fell and landed right on her hip. We freaked out because I had not even ever called 911. I didn't even know what to do. And I called hospice and I said, hey, my mom fell. What do we do? And they said, call 911. So we did that. 911 came. They took my mom to the hospital. And sure enough, she had to have her hip worked on. That was one of the final things, and it started my mother's downcline in the home. But the 18 months, they had already been at our home before that happened to her. So the weekly visits, the nurse will come out and they'll have consultations. They'll help you adjust drugs. They go back and they report to the doctor, and the doctor and everybody meets as a care team up there at hospice every 6 months, and they say, okay, my mother was Mrs. Kanak, is getting worse. She's not getting better. She's, fallen to this level. She needs, this kind of medication. They help you with all that stuff. So how soon can you call hospice with Huntington's disease? Call them early. Call them to have them just come to a home evaluation. Again, hospice is not just for the end of life. I hope this video helps you out a lot. And again, I said I'd put the notes up at the end of the video, so I'm going to do that. These were handwritten by my wife. Now look, if you want to, you could freeze this, pause it. You might could take a screenshot. These are all the notes from today. Hopefully they're not in reverse. Right? Let me make sure the whole thing is there. So this Huntington's disease, Todd, this today is about how soon can you call hospice? You can call them early, have them come out and help you figure things out. Don't forget, subscribe to my channel because you need to keep getting the information that I'm putting out. And again, share this video with the loved ones that you know, the family members, people that need to hear about this. I'm going to make a short little intro video for TikTok today, but this is my YouTube video for this week. Huntington's disease, Todd. Come to my page and subscribe. I also have other videos that'll come up down here. Go to those as well. Thanks and have a good day.